I got down in the water. I wanted to learn how to swim, but I was petrified. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. And the teacher looked at me and just smiled and says, "We're going to start with one thing. We're going to teach you to put your face in the water." That didn't seem so bad. And so I actually was able to do that, to take that first step. Hello, I'm Dr. Brandt Gibson. And this principle, this one thing, this first step is very, very powerful when it comes to getting focus and determining how to get to where you want to be, get to who you want to be. And it's a principle that's actually taught on a regular basis. Mark Twain taught the following. He said, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret to getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks, then starting on the first one." So Gary Keller wrote an amazing book. He wrote a book called The One Thing. And in this, he actually teaches that principle. He teaches that the goal here is to find the one thing, the next best step that you need to take to be able to move forward, to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And there's a focusing question that he teaches. He says, "What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary?" So as you start to try to focus, as you try to decide what you're supposed to be doing and where you're going, you need to say, okay, what's the one thing that if I were to do it would make everything else either easier or unnecessary? And that's the piece. That's where you want to focus your time. So you've got this big idea, this big thing that you want to do. You want to reach your goals, live your dream, and become an extraordinary individual in living your extraordinary life, right? So what you want to do is say, okay, what's the one thing I need to do to start reaching my goals? What's the one thing I need to do to start living my dream and enjoying my extraordinary life? What's that one thing? What's the one thing, the next thing that you need to do, that if you do it, it will make everything else easier or ultimately unnecessary? So that's what I'd like to teach you today. That's why I'd like you to make that choice. As a swimmer, and I'm a very good swimmer now, as a swimmer, I had learned first that I needed to put my face in the water. And once I learned that step, I could take the next step and the next step. And the principle is finding out what that first step, that next step is. It's Dr. Brian.